Yo, what's good? Welcome back to another episode on the Stepback Podcast. Mike is finally back with us after his vacation.
Oh, you guys recorded an episode while I was gone?
Yeah.
What'd you guys talk about?
The playoffs.
Yeah, predictions.
Oh.
So
do like a 2-minute recap. What did you predict?
I don't even remember. I just said the Miami Heat were gonna.
Yeah, me and him agreed for the most part. He said Miami was gonna take the Bucks.
They're gonna still win four straight.
No. They'll lose it tonight.
I picked the Bucks,
They don't-
so I'm happy about. I feel good about that one. And then I had the Clippers in the finals against the Nets. I don't know how I feel about the Clippers now, but yeah. Anyways,
Did either of you have Memphis making the playoffs?
I think at that point
they already did at that point. I think, right?
I think so. No.
They did. No, because I remember it was Memphis versus where are they playing now? I just can't even remember.
I swear we said something like
Utah, Memphis and Utah. No, I'm pretty sure we.
Oh, well, anyways, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe.
Don't matter.
Yeah, but if we want to just hop from series to series, we can start off with the most irrelevant one, the Utah Jazz, Memphis Grizzlies. Have you guys watched any of that?
Maybe like a quarter of it.
Yeah, no one has. No one in the entire NBA.
Highlights. That's about
No
it.
NBA fan has watched that series. Could care less, bro.
Yeah.
Golf was on. I watched golf. Bowling's on. I watched bowling.
Phil
It
Mickelson
literally
won.
went from probably one of the most entertaining series, if it was Utah versus Golden State, to like the most boring series in there watching Memphis. And like John Morant is fun. Dylan Brooks is fun. It's just a boring. I don't care. I just don't care. And John Morant had 47 and lost the second game.
Popped off, lost, and then his.
Do you think Utah's got it? It has got it. Do you think they're gonna be the ones who take it home?
Yeah, they'll probably win 5, maybe 6.
Okay. Yeah. I would agree with that assessment.
They're different when Donovan Mitchell's there.
I don't think Memphis has got what it takes to beat them.
I got money on Memphis.
You didn't say that last week. They win one game.
That's true.
Moving right along because no one wants to talk about that. One of the most surprising series, LA Clippers, Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks are shooting 50% from 3 for the series.
Yeah.
They've hit something like 45 of 70-something shots. It's ridiculous. I was watching the game last night, and they started off, they were up like 11-0.
11-2 or
11-2, all Luka Doncic, and then they were up like 24-8. And then Luka Doncic went out, and they went on a 14-0 run in 3 minutes and brought the game back. And then the Clippers.
What seed were they coming in? Are they the
5?
5?
They're the 4-5.
Oh, okay.
Dude, Luka Doncic. Watching him last night, he was literally, he's goated. So good.
Didn't they lose last night though?
They lost. He dropped.
He had
44. He had, other than his free throw shooting,
dude, his free throws. He should just shoot from the 3-point line.
Like he was 7 from 13 from the free throw line last night.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like he can't hit free throws in the big moments. But bro, it's actually crazy watching him play. Like they have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, all these great defenders, Batum, Rondo, Pat Bev, all these guys that are like really good defenders. He's torching them. Like Pat Beverly, if you watch him guard LeBron beats up on him, but Pat Beverly's one of those guys that's very quick with his hands. And if you don't have like really firm hands with the ball, he will pickpocket you. And a lot of times when LeBron James tries to post him up, he will get picked often a couple times. Luka Doncic, no, he does not lose the ball. He says too small. But like my issue is, bro, if you're Kawhi Leonard and you're Paul George, you guys are supposed to be the best two-way like duo since wing duo since Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. Like the best two-way players at the wing spot on a team, and they both don't want to guard him. I'm like, bro, like at this point, like you watch Skip and Shannon. Do you watch those guys?
Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. So Shannon Sharp was saying like, bro, this is kind of like if you look at the team defensively, they're almost like a reincarnation of the Bulls. You have like Serge Ibaka, who you could compare to Dennis Rodman. PG and Kawhi is Jordan and Pippen. Then you have Ron Harper, who's Pat Beverly. You got all these other good defenders. And at this point, like they lost last year in the playoffs. Like they play good offense. They're playing great offense right now. They're the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league. But they just don't play defense. Like I don't know if they're even good defenders anymore, or if they're just like they're almost going like off their reputation.
They're completely they're lazy then because they're just completely relying on their offense. Although I feel like a lot of these all-star winning teams are like that these days, though, if we're being honest. So it's like they got to put it for whatever reason, they've got to put it into the next gear for the playoffs, or they're just going to get run over.
I wanted them to go down 0-3 so bad, bro.
It
You're not a Clipper guy?
I hate the Clippers, bro.
You said they were going to be in the finals.
It doesn't mean I want them to be
like
there.
them.
I hate the Clippers, but I think they could be there. But bro,
Paul
I'm saying
George
this
finally
right now.
had a good game though.
If they get knocked out in the first round, they got to move out of LA, bro. After losing to Denver 3-1,
yep.
if you lose in the first round with that team, go home. Like we're not the Staples Center's filled with banners. The Lakers don't make the playoffs for what it was, 8 years. First year they get in, they win the championship. You had CP3, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Kawhi, Paul George, all these guys. If you can't get to the Western Conference Finals, they've still never made it. Time to move to Seattle. Like pack it up, get out of here. You're disrespecting the Staples Center at this point.
Disrespecting the Lakers.
Either that or they got to do a complete reconstruction of their team again. Because
Kawhi Leonard could leave, bro. He's on it. He's got nothing holding him there except that he wanted to play in LA.
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys think about? Apparently, him and Jimmy Butler are good friends, and Miami has a max spot open.
And that would be a big move.
The question is, would it be a beneficial
move?
Need?
Yeah, it would. Jimmy Butler, Kawhi. You got Oladipo, Bam Adebayo.
Oladipo wouldn't come back if you got because he wants like $25 million a year.
Oh, that is true.
But Oladipo's kind of trash.
You'd rather take Kawhi Leonard, and then you got Bam Adebayo. He's been trash for the Miami Heat.
Yeah, same with Jimmy, bro. They're playing at like 12 today, bro. I think. Bring out the brooms, bro. Like I gave him credit, but like Tyler Hero last year, he was like an all-star type player in the playoffs. Sucks this year. Mm-hmm. Like they have a lot of guys. Like Jay Crowder is so slept on as a role player for them in the playoffs.
Do you remember Tatum's interview about the bubble? I think it was last year where he said there were some people in the bubble he thinks were bubble flukes in the sense of they played good in the bubble, but that's it. Like that was all they're good for. And he mentioned Tyler Hero. And so far that prediction has been true because I don't even know what he's averaging, but like I was watching some of
he's barely playing.
Like he's
it's crazy because Miami had a chance to go get Harden. They had a chance to go get Harden, but they weren't willing to give up Tyler.
Yeah.
I'm like, Tyler's cool, but like we gotta chill on that because everyone was saying, what's his over under on averaging like 20 points per game next year? I was like, absolutely not. Tyler's gonna average like 16 points per game. I think he's averaging like 15 this year. Yeah. Like a lot of guys don't go, they have a really good first year and then they kind of like they just fall off and disappear. I don't think he'll disappear, but he wasn't gonna just jump to 20 points per game in his second year.
He'll be back next year though.
Yeah. What do you guys think that the series is going to go? Mavs, Clippers. They're up 2-1. Dallas has got one more game at home.
I don't know. I would.
If the Clippers take it, I think it's in 7. If not, the Mavs in 6.
Yeah, because I had a really hard time. Because if you look at that, like the playoffs, like you've seen all the fans in the stadium, right? A lot of these teams are almost at full capacity type of thing. It's honestly so much more fun to watch now.
Yeah.
But the Clippers, bro, it's so funny. Like the Lakers home game, we only have 7,500 fans allowed to the stadium. Yep. If you watch Clippers versus Dallas, it's the same freaking stadium. They have cutouts at the Clippers arena. Like no one's going to it. I don't know if the Clippers organization just didn't want people, but they don't have people. And the Lakers at the same stadium have 7,500. Dallas is almost at full capacity. Like they're at like 60% capacity or something. So my feeling was if Dallas can win both on the road, I have a hard time seeing them lose both at home in front of home fans at 60%. So next game is going to be huge. If Clippers can come back 2-2 and get home court advantage for a best of 3 series,
I would take Clippers at that point.
Probably, yeah, especially with the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Dallas wins because honestly, if the Clippers go down, I'm gonna just be real. I don't think anyone can beat the Lakers going to the finals. If Clippers go down, no, I don't think anyone.
Well, that's assuming the Lakers can even get past. Who are they playing?
The Suns.
The Suns.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a cocky Lakers fan. It's over, bro. Mentally, the Suns know they're done. The Suns, with losing Chris Paul, he's playing like 25 minutes a game. You see at the end of the game, Devin Booker pushing Dennis Schroeder, Jay Crowder. The moment LeBron James starts having fun in the series, it's over. Like you see LeBron on Jay Crowder, bro.
Yeah, he
laughed. My guy was laughing at him while he posted him up and then laid it in. It was so disrespectful. And
wait. Chris Paul just got hurt.
He had a shoulder injury the first
so
game.
he's been playing like 25 minutes a game.
So he's been limited minutes. He's losing the ball in the ball handling side, and he's not shooting the same way because he's not confident. He hasn't shot a single three-pointer.
They play again today.
Not a single three-pointer in this.
No, they play tomorrow.
They play tomorrow. So wait.
Yeah, they play tomorrow at 12:30 my time.
And I was watching the game a couple days ago, and it was Chris Paul has had like in the playoffs, he had a hamstring injury in like 2016.
He always gets hurt, bro.
And then he had a hand broken wrist or something 2017, bro. The guy just unlucky with that.
But yeah, a lot of people are saying, "Oh man, the Lakers are so lucky. If Chris Paul was in the game, like they wouldn't have lost."
Fair.
We can debate it, but people are acting like if the Lakers go out and win this in 5, if Chris Paul was there, they would have won the series. And I'm sorry, Chris Paul is a huge difference maker, but the Lakers, I still think they win the series because everyone's like, "Oh, when Chris Paul was healthy in game 1, we beat you guys." LeBron does that in game 1. He always does it in game 1. It wasn't because of just Chris Paul. If you looked at them, AD had 12 points in game 1? He had 34.
Worst game ever.
LeBron had what? What did he have first game?
I think he dropped like 18, something like that. Yeah.
17. Right. He didn't even hit 20.
Yeah. And bro, he's still chilling. He's still chilling. He's putting up like 20 a game. He's just chilling.
He's just relaxing.
Bro, if the Lakers get anyone to hit a shot, it's over in this series.
Yeah.
Like, not even a question. KCP is hitting nothing. Wesley Matthews started hitting shots. We don't have Kyle Kuzma, bro. Last game, 2 for 12.
Yeah. So bad.
Like, no one is hitting anything. If they hit anything, it's over. There's so many points. The Lakers will be like up 8. Yep. Chance to push it to 11, miss. Cameron Payne knocks it down. We have like 6-point swings every single time that Kyle Kuzma takes a shot. But like AD with back-to-back 34-point games. If Chris Paul's in the game, he's not guarding AD and dropping, stopping.
The only guy who's guarding AD is maybe DeAndre Ayton. He's the only.
LeBron has that little coupon. Enjoy your game 1 win, and AD has 12 points, and they lost by like 10 points. Yeah. Chris Paul was not the reason that they won that game.
I am surprised with
he
the
does
numbers,
make a big difference.
The numbers that they posted that they only lost by 10.
Yeah, he makes a huge difference. But even like you need to, especially in game 2, people said you can argue game 3, even though we were up 20. I think if Chris Paul was in the game, it'd be closer and we would have taken it more seriously. If you looked at us with 6 minutes to go, we were all just messing around. Mm-hmm. And then the Clippers came back and made a run. We would have taken it more seriously if Chris Paul was there. We knew they had inexperience. Game 2, as people said, Chris Paul would, if he was in the game, he wouldn't have won that game. Absolutely not, because the reason they were in that game is because Cameron Payne came to replace Chris Paul and dropped 19 off the bench. 19. Like, I get Chris Paul brings you, but they were not making that run without Cameron Payne in that game. Like, not like you people
Good for him,
don't understand. If Chris Paul's in the game, it doesn't add like 20 more points to your total. If he's in the game,
and veteran experience.
If he's in the game, someone else is not in the game. And in game 2, what they needed was a scoring boost. They got that from Cameron Payne, and it wasn't enough. The Lakers are going to win the series probably in 5, is my prediction.
Lakers in 5.
Dude, they're too big inside, bro. Like, they score so much
Drummond,
inside.
AD, LeBron, Gasol. Marc Gasol's getting a few minutes, like you mentioned last
I like that, bro, because he gives us a different dynamic. I do wish, this is what I wish. I wish we played Gasol 20 minutes a game. He gives us a different dynamic, spaces the floor, passes the ball, a little higher IQ. Drummond has been good for the last 2 games. He makes some mistakes, but for the most part, it's probably the first 2 games I've seen him as a Laker play positive basketball. Like, sometimes he comes in the game, I'm like, bro, get him out. Because they're like, bro, look at all the rebounds he gets. Bro, when he gets the rebound, he puts it up and he just misses. Like, he misses everything. We're not playing Montrezl Harrell at all. I wish we split those minutes between Drummond and Harrell. And because Drummond, when we like run a pick and roll and we pass the ball to Harrell, he catches that ball and he dunks it strong. Drummond's always like losing the ball, getting stripped down low. Like, I don't really trust Drummond, but he's dominating the glass. I'll give that to him. A lot of times I'm like, bro, Harrell could get that rebound too, but whatever. I'm just kind of like, that's why I said, why are we not going to trade Harrell at the deadline if he's not going to play in the playoffs? Like, we're a playoff team. We don't need someone for the regular season.
So for our loyal podcast fans, all 3 of you or whatever it is, but for those of you who are not Lakers fanboys, we'll move on to another series. I can only stomach so much talk about the Lakers. You guys know
like
that.
It sucks because everyone thought we were going out round 1 just like last year. Oh, the Lakers are trash. Round 1 exit.
Hoping
it's gonna be the same story.
I don't know anymore.
We're going to the finals.
Let's talk about the series that honestly, I know not a whole lot of people are necessarily huge fans of either team, but it's interesting, and it's the New York Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks.
Bro,
Okay, let's go to that one after. We missed the one last one in the West, Denver, Portland.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Let's just stay in the West,
What
and
do
then
you
we'll
guys
drop
say
over
about
that
your
one.
Blazers? What do you think about your Blazers?
It's pretty sad that they lost. Bro, they had more 3-pointers in the last minute than they did all game the other night, and they still lost.
It's so funny watching Dame, bro. Like he'll be like 2 of 10.
Yeah,
Literally,
and then
he'll see the
go off
clock
for
at
6
six minutes in the last of the game. He's on fire.
Yeah.
I feel like as a basketball player, sometimes I feel like I've had that. Like at the end of the game, I always felt like I want to take the shot, and I always felt like I was gonna make it. Like if you're a shooter, you always think you're gonna make it. But Dame, there's just 2 for 10 last minute of the game, bro. Bang, bang, bang.
Off.
I'm like, why can't we not turn that on in the second quarter? It's like it's just something crazy about him. But bro, the problem is that the defense of the Portland Trailblazers is so bad, especially your bigs. Like if Nurkic fouls out, like he continues to do, Cantor is probably the worst defensive big in the league. So you have Covington guarding Jokic.
Yeah,
MVP
that's what happened at the end when Nurkic fouled out. Covington was guarding Nurkic.
Well, that's basically
and Nurkic just bodied him.
Jokic.
His footwork is so good. Like he'll just spin off him, layup. He sees the double.
Even on the offensive rebound.
Did Jokic win the MVP, or he's going to? They haven't voted yet.
He's going to, but he hasn't won it yet.
Good for him,
bro. If the Nuggets,
you rocking with Portland though? You still think they're gonna win?
Yeah, I have to, bro.
Portland doesn't drop this 2 at home. They don't drop 2.
No way.
I think it's Nuggets and
they're
6.
so close. Like one either or. It was a 5-point game, wasn't it? Was it a 5-point game? I gotta check.
Yeah, they lost by 5. Yeah.
Yeah, they lost by 5, bro. And I'm still confident in the Blazers to get
a lot of people. It's like I looked at the series before, I was like, I'm picking Portland. I like Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum. They're finally healthy, and it's like everyone's saying, oh yeah, like the Jokic without Jamal Murray or whatever. How are they gonna win? People don't realize Jamal Murray is a great player, but in this system, if he's gone, really doesn't bother them that much because they want the ball in Jokic's hand every single possession. Jamal Murray is an on-ball player. So it just takes the ball out of his hand. Yep. You replace him with another guy that can shoot 40% for threes. Almost no impact is had by him leaving. And just the defensive. Like I said to Steven, he was like, "Yeah, not a chance. Denver wins it." I'm like, bro, this is either a series that the Portland Trailblazers will win, or in 6 or 7, or the Denver Nuggets will just win in 5. That's literally what it will be, because it's so much. It's a sexier pick to pick Portland, CJ McCollum, Melo, Dame, and all that. But if you just watch, like, there's nothing special about the Nuggets. They're just good. Jokic is just good. It just makes it look easy. Like the other day, Dame's hitting all these threes at the end. It just doesn't matter because they just score easy buckets. Carmelo comes to double. Jokic, some little lazy flip pass over the head. Will Barton lays it in.
So the moral of the story is Portland's got to up their defensive game, or they are just going to get walked over. Because
that's what I was saying to Sam, bro. That's what I was saying.
When you say they're one of the best shooting teams in the West right now, like between the Clippers, and then followed by Blazers. Like they do have some of the better shooters in the West. Like their team is a shooting team. So if they're getting their field goal percentage and 3-point percentage that are decent percentages, then yeah, it's just going to come down to the defense, which so far has been dismal.
Because that's what I was telling Sam, bro. He was like, "Oh yeah, like you were talking about like how the Blazers could maybe beat the Lakers or take them to 7 or something." And I was like, bro, like your defensive gaps just show up. Like you'll look at the game and you're like, wow, Dame had a great game. And like that one game he scored like 40 something and they lost by like 15 or something. And it's just like, bro, defensively, it shows up in the playoffs. Like the Lakers are shooting like something like 20% on threes and they're winning the series 2-1 because they lock up and they play defense.
Their defense is unreal though. So,
but yeah, I found a way to make it about the Lakers again. So you're welcome, Micah. But yeah, let's move over. Start with the 1-8, then we'll go to the 4-5. So 1-8, Washington, Philly. I think, honestly, maybe more of a snooze fest than Utah, Memphis.
Which one?
It's been so boring.
Yeah.
Philly, Washington. It's been more boring. I was excited that Russell Westbrook, Joel Embiid. No, Philly's just taking care of business, and Washington just looks super boring. Westbrook, the most important thing, the most exciting thing was Westbrook getting popcorn dumped on him.
That was it. That was it. He got hurt.
I tried to watch some of the games, and I was like,
nope, turn it off.
Nope, I'm done. Yeah.
What did the first game look like? Because I see they got beat by 25. Was the first game pretty much a blowout?
I don't know if it was a blowout. I think it was like a 10-15 point win.
Okay,
I could be wrong.
That's still a blowout.
Tobias Harris popped off for like 37 that game. But
right, yeah.
The Wizards.
You think Washington steals a game at home?
Oh,
I doubt it.
I think maybe they get one,
maybe one.
But the problem is they don't have anyone to guard Joel, so it's like, yeah.
I think it's gonna be a sweep, and I think
you see Joel taunting when he got that and one or something, and he went to the ground.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah. Yeah, we can just move past that one. No one
Brooklyn
really cares about it.
Celtics or the 4-5 Atlanta.
Go to 4-5. My personal, so far my favorite, besides obviously my Lakers Phoenix series, is been Atlanta New York Knicks.
I love the trash talk from Trey. I love
Bro,
it.
they made him the villain and he embraced it. He
embraced it. And he's gonna continue to do it.
Well, because
who do you want to win? Who do you want to win?
Atlanta.
Honestly, yeah, because I don't like.
For the sake of New York.
For
the sake of New York, maybe New York.
Nah.
I want New York to win because watching the games in Madison Square Garden is so much fun. Like seeing like Spike Lee and all the fans going crazy, the atmosphere. Like, bro, you see this like when they panned out on the stadium, it's full, no gaps. Like literally, it's just like it's like the nosebleeds are not full. That's their lower capacity. The lower bowl is completely full. So I want the Knicks to win, but I really do like Trae Young. I don't like how he was foul hunting in the regular season. In the playoffs, he's toned it down, but I watched him in the summer league one year and he was just unreal. So I really like him. I want to see the Knicks because of the fans, but now that they've made Trae the villain, I kind of like want to see Trae like kind of do it to him.
Yeah.
Like when they were like laughing at him, Trae is balding. Like, I'll see you in the A. Yeah. He's like, I'll see you in the A, goes back, wins it, hit the buzzer beater. He's like, yeah, it's real quiet in here right now. Like, bro,
they went up 2-1, right? They went up 2-1 on the series.
Julius Randle, bro.
He didn't play.
Bro, take the award away from him, bro.
Yeah, RJ Barrett,
the most improved player. Literally in the playoffs, he went back to Lakers Julius Randle. Just trash. He was 2 for 15 last game.
Once again, mentions the Lakers.
Okay.
If I hear Lakers come out of your mouth. I
mentioned New Orleans Pelicans, Randle. I bet you didn't even remember he played for them.
Dude, RJ Barrett did not play well either. Who else didn't play well? I mean,
I'm really hoping this series doesn't go down like a 5-game series. Like this needs to be our 7-game series, Madison Square Garden, Game 7. But if Julius Randle doesn't play well, it's literally Derrick Rose verse everyone.
I felt bad for Derrick Rose. You got to feel bad for Derrick Rose when he puts up those kind of numbers.
26 and 30 the next game.
Yeah.
Julius Randle is selling, bro.
Celtics, Jason Tatum popped off for what,
52 or something.
And then, I mean, the 2 other games, he didn't do anything. He averaged 15 the first 2 games and then popped off for 50. That was pretty impressive, but the Nets are still going to take it over.
You think, the question is how many games do you think it's going to go to? You think they're going to take it in 5? Thinking 5.
Bro, there's no way Jason Tatum's going to go back to back like 45,
especially without Jaylen Brown.
All right, here's what I will say though. Brooklyn Nets are beatable. They're beatable. What I'm saying is watch out for next round. If the Nets go down at any point, it's the Milwaukee Bucks. If you watch Brooklyn play, they don't have the chemistry right yet. They don't have a fluent offense. It's literally
no offensive rebounds.
ISO, Kyrie ISO, Harden ISO.
Wait, the question is does Milwaukee have the defense to
they got great defense.
Deal with it?
Yeah.
Although
Drew Holiday, bro.
To the other one. Me and Sam talked about it. Yep. You put Giannis on KD, Drew Holiday on James Harden, and Chris Middleton on Kyrie. 3 fantastic defenders. Literally a perfect matchup. If you look the other way, KD can't really guard Giannis. Kyrie cannot guard Chris. James Harden can't guard Drew. It's kind of a mismatch. It's just that obviously they're not going to completely stop the Nets offense, but if you watch their games, Brooklyn Nets, they just ISO everything.
Yep.
Each game, there's been 2 players of the big 3 that have gone off and 1 player that hasn't.
So last game, Kyrie didn't go off.
If you're playing them, you're honestly playing a big 2. One of them becomes a role player each game. So they're not even utilizing their big 3 because only 2 of them, because they're playing so ISO heavy, only 2 of them are getting touches. So it's only you're playing Kyrie and KD.
So in many ways, it's like playing pickup against 3 really good kids.
The three guys though, they still went off for 96 points. I think it was for the three of them.
Think about it.
No one else scored or did anything. If no one else scores, like the Nets are completely beatable.
The X factor is Joe Harris, bro.
Yeah,
that man is probably the best shooter ever to have that open look. Like he's like a 40%, like almost 50%, like 3-point shooter who will be just wide open, like wide open, like one of the best shooters in the league. And everyone's like, we got to leave him open.
Just leave him open. Yeah. And that's what they can't do. That's what the Bucks can't do.
The question is, do they utilize him enough? That would probably be then their downfall, is they're probably not utilizing him enough.
Yeah, because he had 26 one game.
Yeah, that's impressive.
He hit like
that's the kind of numbers you need.
One is that kid that they signed at a 10-day contract and then they ended up signing him for longer. Is he putting up decent numbers? What's his name? James or something like that?
Oh, Mike James?
Yeah.
That guy's such a beauty. He's barely playing because they're playing a short rotation. But yeah, he's the guy that used to play like all over. He's like considered one of the best basketball players to not be in the NBA type of thing. He has a lot of experience. He came in regular season when he played really well. But like he's only playing garbage minutes because the rotation's like 8 to 9 players.
Yeah.
But the Brooklyn Nets, man, no JB. They almost lost game 1. They won game 2 convincingly and lost game 3. Like the Milwaukee Bucks are not messing around.
No. Well,
I'm interested.
Of all teams, they have something to prove this year because they've washed out the last.
And they're proving it, bro. 3-0 against Miami.
Yeah.
Good for them though. They went up 3-0 on Miami.
I think if they sweep them, it's a statement, meaning saying we mean business.
You think they'll sweep them today?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I don't think Miami. I think that they taste it and they're like, let's be over, let's get some rest.
What's crazy about Miami is literally the same team.
Yeah, from NBA.
I mean, they made some core switches. Like they did. Like Jay Crowder's gone. They have Trevor Ariza. Jay Crowder is a huge piece of what they did last year. This year he sucks. I love it. Guys shooting like 2 for 22 or something against the Lakers.
Played so bad,
boy. Keep shooting it. But yeah, so they brought essentially like they have Nemanja Bjelica, who's actually been really good shooting the 3. They brought in Oladipo, which kind of sucks because Kelly Olynyk was low-key a nice like second center who gave you a different dynamic. He's a really good shooter, and they got rid of Avery Bradley for Oladipo, who got injured, so he can't even play. But yeah, the Bucks, man, I love their new additions. Like Drew Holiday's been that guy, that third option that you have to account for. Brent Forbes from the Spurs, he came in and played. He's literally hitting everything he takes. Unfortunately, Dante DiVincenzo is out for the rest of the playoffs. I saw that. That sucks. But they have, what's the other guy? Pat Connaughton. He's playing really well. They brought in, what's their power forward's name? I'm blanking on it. Bobby Portis. He's been really nice in there. PJ Tucker's got some good grit. Like they're really good makeup. So yeah, Milwaukee in 4. I said Bucks in 6, and they're gonna do it in 4. Yeah, but I'm proud of myself for picking the Bucks, man. The Heat, I don't know. It's so funny, bro. Like have you seen like the Bubble Guppy memes or whatever?
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's like, I'm stupidly locked in, and then he averages like freaking like 14 points.
Okay.
Like, all right, Jimmy.
Yeah.
But let's see. What is that? Which one does that leave us with? Is that all of them?
That's all.
We've done all of them.
That's all of them. No.
Okay, so let's take a look. Let's just go through all. So Utah, Memphis, it's 1-1. What's the prediction for the series now?
Utah in 6.
Yeah,
I think the Grizzlies are going to win one more.
Yeah, I'd say that. That's pretty fair.
I'll go Utah in 5. I think they'll be like one of those series that's all really, really close, but they just won't pull it out. So I'll go Utah in 5. Clippers, Dallas.
Like I said, if Clippers win this next one,
I don't want to hear if I want you to make.
I'm gonna go with Dallas in 6. I honestly think the Clippers are gonna lose. I don't foresee them winning.
Clippers in 7.
No. I even think if it went to a game 7,
I think honestly, I do think the most likely is Clippers in 7, but I don't see Dallas losing both at home. So I think they go up 3-1. I think they drop one, and I think they win it. I'm gonna go Dallas in 6. I think they win the next game. Clippers win at home. Dallas wins it in front of their home fans.
Yeah.
Clippers in 7.
Clippers could do it in 7. I wouldn't be.
They could, but I just don't think so. I don't think they're
because I think the Mavs are hurt. They knew they were up 2-0 going back to their home fans. They were up like 18 points in the first quarter, and now it's 2-1 with the momentum switching to the Clippers. I think because the Clippers are the team that gets in their head really bad.
This is going to be
kinda
the
won
deciding
games.
game. This is going to be the deciding game.
Yeah.
If Clippers win this game, I'd say Clippers at 7. If the Mavs win it, I think it's Clippers or Mavs in 6.
I'm still going Clippers in 7.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's like imagine like all this, like the whole Clippers choking last year against Denver,
And
going
then
down
that
0-2 to
choking
Dallas. It's like
tomorrow.
imagine if this was just setting up them to come back from 3-1. Like the biggest choking team of all time. They just set it up. They just come back from 3-1 in the first round.
No, they ain't going to do it. They done.
And Denver, Portland.
Portland in 7.
Portland in 7. We need some 7-game series, man. We
Yeah.
need some 7-game series.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Lakers.
again, today's a deciding game. If they could tie up the series,
Did they play today? You know,
I'd
they
say
don't play
Philly
today.
in 5. I'd say Philly in 5. I'll give Washington 1 game at best.
Okay.
Philly in 4.
I said Phoenix and Lakers, but all right.
Sorry, I didn't. Sorry, skipped on that. We already decided the Lakers gonna win it all. So
What do you think? What do you think? Lakers in
I still got money on the Lakers, bro. They
in
ain't
what
gonna
game?
lose.
What game?
Suns in 6.
Suns in 6. It's gonna
You
be.
think the Suns are gonna win
It's gonna
3
be the
straight
Lakers
against
in
the
6.
I hate the Lakers, all right? So my predictions with the Lakers are always going to be so biased. I
Lakers are
honestly
gonna
think the
lose
Lakers
3
are probably going
straight.
to win 5. Lakers.
At least put Suns in 7. Lakers not gonna lose 3 straight.
No, I honestly think Lakers are going to win out from here. The Suns aren't
Yeah,
winning.
Lakers in 5 for me.
Yeah. But if the Suns can do it, it would be at 7. There's no way.
There's no way LeBron's not dropping 3 in a row.
No.
Philly
But that
and
would be
Washington.
glorious if that happened.
Give Washington a game. Philly in 5. I think we all agree on that one. Or Philly? Someone taking Philly in 4.
Philly in 4.
I'll give Wizards 1 game.
No.
Yeah, 1 game at home. I don't think Westbrook's gonna go out like that. He'll win in 1 game. It just depends how injured he is. Hawks and Knicks.
Oh,
It's gonna be a 7-game series for sure.
yep. I'd agree.
I'll take-
Who
I'll-
ends at
I'll
game
take-
7?
I'll
Where
take
is
the
it?
Hawks in 7. Trey Young.
Where would it be? Is it in
3
Madison
pointer.
Square?
It'd be in New York for game 7.
Yeah,
He's
then
gonna
I'm
show-
taking Knicks in 7.
Hawks in 6. I picked the Knicks before the series. Hawks in 6. Julius Randle's just not been good enough.
No.
They won too easy last night, bro. They won by like 15.
Yeah.
I think the Knicks go up. The Knicks go down 3-1. They battled to win 1 final game in New York, and then Atlanta wins it at home. I want New York to win. I just want to go 7. 7-game series. It's been my favorite series so far. It's been so good. Milwaukee, Miami.
Milwaukee in
That's gonna be
4.
a sweep.
Yeah.
Sweeping it up.
Unfortunately.
Like
But
they don't have enough. Like, bro, they were down 30 last game.
Yeah.
30.
dude, Jimmy Butler had like basically all their points in the first half, was it? And then literally just did nothing in the second half.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And then Brooklyn and Boston in 5. So I think we'll have 2 7-game series.
Hopefully.
Minimum. 2, hopefully 3. Denver and Portland, but yeah.
All right, that about wraps that up for this week. Next week we will take a look at what happened.
We'll take a look and we'll say Lakers and Portland. Lakers in 4.
Next week probably gonna be a Sunday
Sunday, huh?
for recording, if that's possible.
Yeah, that one.
Or impossible.
Wait, what? Do you work next Saturday?
I get Monday off, but I work Tuesday to Saturday.
Oh yeah, yeah. I might be going camping next Saturday. We'll see.
Camping? Where are you going camping?
I don't know. Me, Easton, Jork, and Johnny are supposed to go somewhere. I don't know where we're gonna go because everything's kind of like booked up.
Johnny Warbits, is that his name?
Yeah.
I don't
Everything's
remember.
booked up though, so we're just gonna try to find a place, but I'm not sure where.
Y'all have a camper?
Yo, just
No, we're gonna go tenting.
down by the river.
So we're gonna go tenting, right? And
Yep.
then later in July, my parents, we always go up to the Okanagan
Yeah.
once a year. So they go for like a week, but they don't want to stay for the full week. So they're like, hey, if we want to, we might go for 4 days, and then we'll go like to a hotel and go like somewhere like up in like Penticton or something for 3 days, and we'll just leave the tent trailer there for you guys. And then me and them would pull up for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just have the tent trailer campsite, and then we just hang out in Kamloops and stuff. So that'd be kind of sweet though.
It'd be lit. I remember you always go to the Okanagan.
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, we go every summer.
We still recording the podcast or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Stepback Podcast. If you liked it, enjoyed it, drop a comment. That's basically it.
If you want to come camping,
If
drop
you
a
want to come
comment.
camping with Aiden, pull up to Canada, cross the border illegally. They'll let you in. Actually, that wouldn't
Violate
be
all
illegal.
those health districts or whatever it is.
Yeah. And see you next time.